Before we begin, please remember to like and subscribe. If you're able to, consider donating to the writer's Ko-Fi account. The web address is provided in the description. And remember, if you enjoyed this and would like to see more, Legion of Superheroes Rise, Day 1, Part 1. Welcome to the thrilling world of the Legion of Superheroes. In a future where heroes rise to protect the galaxy, our story unfolds on the idyllic campus of Titan's Island, where the next generation of champions begins their journey. Get ready for a journey of heroism, growth, and camaraderie as we delve into the Legion's legacy and follow these remarkable rookies on their extraordinary Day 1. Legion of Superheroes Rise. Day 1, Part 1. The west coast of North America has always been a place where weather was never much of an issue. Even through the tribulations of 21st century industrialism, the worst it got was slightly hotter weather and a bit more rain. Even during the dark times of the 23rd century, it served as a sanctuary where one could hide from brainiac killbots and parademons in relative peace. In the 31st century, it had evolved into a true wild paradise under blue skies, occasional rain and fog, and the home of the Legion of Superheroes. When RJ Brande initiated the organization 5 years ago, he did so from his family home in Metropolis. However, half a year later, as the organization and its potential grew, he relocated it to Titan's Island on the west coast, collaborating with Collier and Quirrell Docks to create something truly exceptional. It became a campus of heroes, reminiscent of the legendary Unity years of the Justice League in the mid-21st century. The campus not only housed the massive Legion headquarters but also apartment buildings and homes for its members, a research and development lab, a large garden area, an academy building for rookies, its own singularity reactor power station, and even a space elevator that transported passengers to the stationary Legionnaire orbiting platform. This platform held the organization's interstellar craft, a temporary holding area for prisoners, and more. RJ Brande considered the trillions of dollars spent on this endeavor well worth it, despite the grumbling of his company's board of directors. Edin had an affection for Earth, or as it was often called, Terra. For him, it was a place of legends, a fascination that had gripped him since he first learned to read. By the age of 7, he had taught himself Old Earth languages like English, Japanese, Latin, Chinese, and Swahili, driven by his thirst for history. His focus was often on the 21st century, an era of heroes and high adventure. While his siblings engaged in typical Nubanite activities, Edin spent his time playing old video games, watching vintage TV shows, and mastering the intricacies of Dungeons and Dragons. 2 years ago, when the Nubia system joined the United Planets, Edin's parents, minor nobles with the modest holding of Nubia 7 and its moons, became ambassadors. Accompanied by his 2 younger siblings, Edin joined his parents on a trip to Earth. Here, he learned that he had the opportunity to be considered for entry into the Legion of Superheroes. The news left him feeling faint with excitement. Utilizing his own flight capabilities, Edin navigated the skies, ensuring he was on the right path using a wrist-mounted communication system. He carried a large bag over his shoulder, nearly as big as his imposing 6'9" frame. Inside the bag were his clothing, keepsakes, and snacks prepared by his mother and grandmother. These snacks were more than a comfort, they were sustenance for his unique power source, a bioreactor that replaced his typical digestive system. As he approached the Legion compound, Edin tapped on his wrist comm, identifying himself to the security sensors as he entered the secure airspace. He glanced around and spotted a few Legionnaires outside and in flight. Among them was Lightning Lad, a young man with red hair waving in his direction. The sight left Edin so awestruck that he nearly collided with a communications tower. Setting down his bag carefully, Edin scanned the area until his gaze landed on a hologram with the words, Legionnaire Rookie Muster Area. Muster 12 p.m. Standard Earth Time. He stood still for a moment, taking in his surroundings, and smiled. His attention was diverted by the arrival of a sleek black hoverbike, ridden by an athletic young man with dark hair and blue eyes, clad in a Gotham Sharks jacket and dark pants. Alex Brande, spotting the towering figure in the road, smiled confidently. With utmost confidence in his riding skills, he accelerated the bike, bringing it just a few feet away from the muscular team. Edin's calm demeanor remained unwavering, and he simply looked at Alex with an amused, well-intentioned smile, something quite uncommon in Alex's home city of Gotham. "You were supposed to move," Alex remarked to the other young man. Edin's smile widened as he stepped aside, saying, "Apologies," in a friendly manner. "Not now. When I drove up, I was trying to startle you," Alex explained, trying to maintain a pleasant tone. "Oh, so it's like playing chicken?" Edin inquired. "Chicken? What do chickens have to do with this?" Alex disembarked from his bike, removing a hard backpack and slinging it over his shoulder. He pressed a button on the bike, directing it to return to the local Brande Industries garage. "It's a game from 20th century Earth." "Never mind," Edin replied, hoping he hadn't inadvertently hurt Alex's hand during their handshake. Alex nodded and approached Edin, extending his hand in greeting. Edin shook it firmly. "You're an off-worlder," Alex deduced. "Yes, sort of. My parents, well, my dad more than my mom, are delegates of the United Planets," Edin explained. "Let me guess, a heavy G world by Terran standards?" Alex inquired. "Correct. How did you know?" Edin asked, impressed by Alex's deduction. "When you shook my hand, I noticed your tendons were much more relaxed than the handshake warranted, and the way you're walking, like the ground is made of glass, and you're afraid of shattering it," Alex explained. Edin looked at his hand, then at his feet, and chuckled nervously. "So, is that your power? Noticing things like that?" Alex grinned and replied, "No, that's just something I learned. Being a keen observer runs in my family, just like dressing like a cat and stealing things." He spoke with an air of light-heartedness that he rarely got to experience. "Edin Buon, or rather, Lord Edin Buon. The whole noble thing is more my family's thing, not me. So it's Edin or Ed," he explained to the Terran before him. "Alex Brande, yeah, I'm related to RJ. He's my grunkle. Yeah, I'm rich, but I don't go around flaunting it. I passed the entry test just like you did," replied Alex Brande, his tone tinged with vexation. "I get it. We can't choose how we're born, just how we live," Edin reflected. "Did you just quote Michael Holt?" Alex inquired. "Yeah, I've read all his books. The science stuff is kind of dry, but the philosophical content in Fair Play is choice," Edin confirmed. Alex nodded. "Yeah, they make all the kids on Earth read that in standard studies. Personally, I think half of what's in it is pure crap," he commented dismissively. Edin's eyes widened in surprise. He had assumed that Michael Holt's words were revered on Terra. He couldn't have guessed that someone born on Earth would feel such a way about them. "But it's not all bad," Alex added, offering a more balanced perspective. "You're both late," a tall, red-haired figure interjected, running up from a trail off the main path. This individual had light tan skin, green eyes, and was dressed in a short purple and white toga-style tunic paired with dark, fitted running pants. "We're not late, it's not noon yet," Alex retorted. "A warrior and a legionnaire are either first or they are too late," the redhead remarked with authority. No," Alex countered. The androgynous teen studied Edin and Alex, having done her due diligence by researching the other members of their training class. To her, such investigations were not prying, their lives might depend on that knowledge, and a warrior needed to be aware of the strengths and weaknesses of their comrades. Alex Brande, Terran, Mactive Metagene, related to RJ Brande, mostly here due to nepotism, she declared, addressing the two young men. Lord Edin Buon, a Nubanite whose parents cheated their own system and augmented their children with a DNA augmentation cocktail. That's the reason why most United Planets members regulate such modifications. Edin and Alex exchanged glances, then turned their attention back to the redhead. "That's not Shui, Red," Alex challenged. Yeah, not Shui, Edin concurred. I'm Dixx Atla, child of Hermes, descendant of Atla of New Themyscira. I'm just stating facts. I have no doubt that with proper training, the two of you will rise to the occasion, Dixx reassured them. Hermes, like the metabiological some primitive people worshipped. Alex said condescendingly. My father is a god, Dixx replied, her tone indicating her offense. I don't know, to a bunch of people playing with rocks and sticks, any of us would be a god, the young man from Gotham commented casually. In an instant, Dixx grabbed Alex and lifted him off the ground by his neck. You will respect my father and our beliefs, Terran, she demanded. Alex managed a smile and extended his hand, summoning a black and blue ball of swirling energy that transformed into a 3-foot-long baton. And you'll put me down, he growled. Guys, let's not do this, Edin intervened. I'm not a guy, or a girl, Dixx corrected. It's just an expression, Edin explained, extending both hands in a gesture of peace. Dixx reconsidered, realizing her temper had gotten the better of her. She lowered Alex to the ground and released her grip. I'm sorry, that wasn't honorable. You're physically inferior to me, Dixx conceded, her tone more conciliatory. Alex rubbed his neck and made his baton vanish. Inferior? I bet I have a little Amazon in me. Diana, Donna, Artemis, and Nubia got around back in the day, he remarked sarcastically. Edin couldn't help but snicker. Technically, my people and theirs are all from Terra. The metamigration saw a lot of worlds in the early 24th century. Most of the Legionnaires are from such worlds, Dixx added with a nod. As the three rookies continued their conversation, their attention was diverted by a graffiti-covered auto taxi approaching them. The vehicle turned to face them with its left side, and a friendly electronic voice spoke, please deposit 20 credits for passenger travel. I'm only paying out of morbid curiosity, Alex quipped, holding out his wrist calm to the taxi and feeling a vibration as the fee was deducted. I'll go halves on that, for the same reason, Edin laughed, displaying his calm band and initiating the payment. The auto taxi's door opened, and the seat tilted, causing a pink-haired young woman to tumble out. She was clad in a black and purple vest, pink halter top, purple leather pants, and purple combat boots. In her hand, she held a partially consumed bottle of rimba rum, and her scent carried a blend of tobacco, liquor, and greasy food. Tada, the young woman slurred as she sprawled on the ground, while the auto taxi departed. I think it's official, the Legion has lowered its standards, remarked Dixx. I think she has alcohol poisoning, commented Edin. I can smell it on her skin. Nah, she's just feeling the rimba rum. That stuff is strong, said Alex, helping the young woman to her feet. Thanks, said the girl in black, purple, and pink. Did I make it in time? Did you guys get those cool flying ring things? Dixx rolled their eyes. I stand by my observation, they stated. The new rookie staggered slightly from Alex's grip, thumped her chest with her fist, and released a belch that caused nearby shrubbery to briefly bend. That's better, she said, standing up straight and instantly appearing less inebriated. Super belching. By Diana and her sister Donna, that's a disgusting power, commented the redhead. That's not my real power, said the pink-haired young woman, reaching into her pocket and taking out a half-smoked dark brown cigar. Well, that's good to know, said Alex. Because I'm not sure how that would work in a fight, or life. Dixx and Edin laughed as the pink-haired girl lit the cigar with a pink flame from her finger. After blowing out her finger's flame, she took a long drag. Not to judge, but that thing stinks, said Edin. My grunkle smokes them too, not a fan, added Alex. A warrior should be careful about what they put into their lungs, commented Dixx. The pink-haired young lady blew a smoke ring, then a cube, and finally a four-dimensional shape before introducing herself. 1. My dad said a good cigar was better than a good breakfast, and 2. You should have smelled the guy it used to be. That Gornian had a real hygiene problem. I'm not even going to try to figure out what any of that meant, said the young man from Gotham. Oh, where are my nearly non-existent manners? Pam Kiltipsism, lead vocalist of the synth rock band Constantine's Magic Wand, and Legionnaire in training. Hey Pam, said Edin, holding out his hand and expecting a handshake, but he received a low five instead. Wow, you're big. I mean, man, I'm so going to shag you till you feel the aster, said Pam, causing Edin to blush. That was rude, said Dixx. Don't worry, I swing all ways. I'll get to you and pretty boy eventually, Pam teased. Alex chuckled. I like burp lass, he said. As the 4 legionnaires in training stood on the path to the academy, something blocked out the sun. Looking up, they saw the shadow of a descending floating being. This being had lavender skin, a large head with big eyes, an elegant build with a total of 6 tentacles for limbs, and was wearing a blue mini cape over a tight-fitting green unisuit. And Squiddy makes 5, commented Pam. That's rude. I think there's Ilonian, added Dixx. Wow, I've seen a lot, but never one of them. Cool, said Alex. The alien entity looked at the 4 humanoids and greeted them by changing the coloration of her skin from light to dark to near luminescence in a set pattern. That's different, said the pink-haired girl smoking the cigar, realizing that the smoke that would normally drift past the alien was going straight up. I think, I've only taken a basic course in their language, she's either saying hello or she's hungry, noted Edin. Newbies, I hope you're all feeling the aster, a commanding male voice echoed from the sky. Looking up, the 5 new arrivals watched Jonah, Ultra Boy, fly down and land. Line up and let's get a better look at what's passing for heroes these days, he asked in a condescending manner. That's Ultra Boy, exclaimed an excited Edin. We know, said Amaze, standing straight. Ultra Boy looked at the young people he was now in charge of, his mind momentarily drifting back 2 years to when he was in their place. I know I'm Ultra, but you space slugs are going to call me Mr. Now. And I'm here to beat you into shape and turn you all into proper members of the Legion, said the young man in red and green. I've had training from some of the best. Began Alex, just before a dark-skinned man in yellow and black faded into view at his side and touched his side. And now you're dead, Mon Ami, said the Legionnaire in yellow and black. You've had training, but Legion training is different, he added. Alex, embarrassed, stood straighter and remained silent. Humph, he's a Terran. That kind of thing will not work on someone who's trained in the Hippolyta Academy of War, said Dixx just as her ears started ringing, and she lost all her equilibrium and fell to the ground. Everyone watched as a small form crawled from her ear, transforming into a full-sized young woman in green and black. Most creatures have an inner ear. You mess with that, and no amount of training will help you stand, explained the young woman. Wow Vi, that was hardcore, commented Ultra Boy. Hey, it's best they learn now, rather than while fighting the Fatal 15, said the other Legionnaire beside her. Jonah nodded at her teammate as they took their positions. The Lavender Alien did her best to stand straight, despite the fact that the air for her people was different. Shyly, she asked if she was going to be tested. No one responded. We need to fix that, said Vi, looking at the shy Xylonian. Indeed, she thinks we're going to test her too, said the dark-skinned man in yellow and black, blinking in and out of invisibility and invisibility. The young one's reply put her at ease. Good job, Jock, said Ultra Boy. Now, is there anyone else with anything to say about how well-trained they are? Nope, I'm like so not trained. In fact, last night I think I sneezed and blew up a bar, said Pam. Thankfully, no one was hurt, said Vi with a smile. And while some of you have potentially world-ending powers, we're here to make sure they don't do that. I don't think I have world-ending powers, said Edin. My friend, you can punch a moon out of orbit, said Chuck. And your pink-haired friend could turn everyone here into mice. You can do that? Asked Alex, turning to Pam. Yeah. Why, do you like cheese? Quipped the irreverent young woman in black and pink. First things first, no smoking or drinking on duty, declared Ultra Boy, taking Pam's bottle. I'll be keeping this, he added. Sighing, Pam flicked her cigar to the ground, revealing its true form as a Gornian that promptly started to run off. I think that guy has a warrant out for his arrest, noted an athletic young man in a pink and black uniform with metal discs on his chest. The science police will get him before he leaves the campus, said Vi. Hey Cos, come to meet the trainees? Asked Joe Na. The dark-haired man nodded and smiled, taking out a metal box. He used his power over magnetism to open the box and float out 5 rings. Yeah, and to bring gifts for those willing to sacrifice their normal lives for the life of a legionnaire. The 5 rookies looked at each other, each one reflecting on their reasons for being there, whether it was to escape, show respect, continue a legacy, or just for the fun of it. I'm in, said Alex. Beating Juvie on Mars for sure. Been there, said Ultra Boy. I'm still here. I mean, the 5th dimension is boring compared to this place, added Pam. You had me at back on Nubia and Mr. Cosmic Boy. Crin. Sir, stuttered Edin. Yes, I think I can do this, said the Lavender Alien in her usual enigmatic manner, understood only by Invisible Kid. Of course, for the United Planets and New Olympia, said Dixx. Cosmic Boy, the current elected Legionnaire leader, nodded and floated the rings to the 5 rookies. Place them on and repeat after me, he instructed. As everyone examined the rings, he watched as each face lit up with pride in their own way. To the Legion of Superheroes, I make this solemn pledge, to use my powers for good. To fight for justice and protect the innocent. To aid my fellow Legionnaires in times of peril and to keep their secrets safe, he recited in a manner that brought tears to Vi and Edin. The rookies repeated the words in unison. Welcome to the Legion of Superheroes, said Vi. Long live the Legion, roared Ultra Boy with pride. Long live the Legion, said everyone present, save the Gornian less than 10 meters away, who was being arrested by 2 members of the science police and a patrol drone. Thank you for joining us on this exciting journey into the world of the Legion of Superheroes. We hope you enjoyed this introduction to our new recruits and their Day 1 adventures. If you're hungry for more heroic tales, don't forget to explore our other Legion of Superheroes related stories. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with their thrilling escapades and character development. And if you're as passionate about these stories as we are, consider supporting the creator through their Ko-fi account. Your contribution can help bring even more exciting content to life. Together, we can continue to celebrate the legacy and future of the Legion of Superheroes.